If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated.
Hello, Lives on the Road subscribers and followers. As a lot of you know, we are in Missouri taking care of a sick family member. And we're also have to endure some cold weather. Probably colder than most people would want to have to deal with in a pop-up camper. Or living in a pop-up camper as far as that goes. Our plan was to be in Florida. Now, we have made several videos about all the things that we've had to overcome. The sick family member and the cold and the response from the subscribers has been just overwhelmingly nice. I mean, you guys have been great. And we appreciate all the prayers and all the suggestions on how to winterize the pop-up. But Tasha said something that really caught my eye. And it was just a short little sentence. And thank you, Tasha. She says, "Hope we can continue our adventure." Because she, for one, encourages it. And I wanted to go through some of the challenges that we've had to overcome in our past, doing this adventure. Maybe if I go through this, it'll help you overcome your adversities, your challenges, maybe not only in doing your adventure, but maybe just in life in general. I don't know. So anyway, let's get started. And so when we first started our adventure, right back, we did our little test run to Florida for 3 weeks. We came back, we started downsizing in Missouri. It was April, and it rained and rained and rained and rained and rained, which wasn't the issue. It was the flooding that happened. We'd just gotten rid of everything, and we were stuck in Missouri for 2 extra days with the rain, the flooding and the rain. That was a real problem because we were at a campsite that flooded. So we had to move all the while, we were trying to get on our adventure. It probably wasn't the most serious problem we've ran into. I'm not sure any of these problems were all that serious. Now it's, hindsight. It was, okay, well, it happened. But at the time, they seemed like, man, is this stuff ever going to stop? Just like being here in the cold. It's like, man, another day. We've got to do another day in the cold. But I'm sure in 3 months, we're not even going to think about it. We're like, yeah, we did it. So the same thing with this flood. We just had to move around, try to stay dry. I remember it rained so hard, that when we were packing up, the water came into the camper. It was just, we didn't have any choice. We had to move. It was getting ready to flood. And it flooded out our inverter, which is not a big deal. It was only a $40 inverter. But, we had to go get another one. So, it was just an adversity that we had to overcome. It didn't stop the adventure, although I would think a lot of people thought it could have. Number two, we've had to deal with the rain endlessly. It seems like most of this adventure has been nothing but rain. Until the last, 4 weeks of this adventure, it probably has rained more days than it didn't. Maybe even like 80% of the time. Like I said, we left Missouri, it was raining. Got down to Mississippi. Mississippi had been in a drought forever. I don't know if they're still in a drought, but we got there and it rained constantly. Kentucky, rained, and it was cold too. And people were saying, this is odd. It's really cold. And then we got into Virginia, and it just rained and rained and rained. Which, think about it. You're out here in a pop-up camper. I think a lot of people understand that sometimes it's going to rain while you're camping, but to have to deal with it most of the time, it got kind of miserable, dreadful. An emotional drain, I guess is what the best way to put it. So, that was an adversity that seems like it just was relentless. It's just been a wet year, I guess. So, you know, we've overcame it. We've looked back on it and thought, well, you know, it's just another thing, another experience. Number 3, and this one was becoming a real problem because I have severe allergies. With all the rain came all the mold. The mold has been a real problem inside the camper. It's always wet in there. Always. It's always wet in there. For one reason or another. Something leaks, you're tracking in water, and just moisture, you know, in the air. You have to turn on the propane. It's just always wet in there from all the rain, which created mold. And that was a real problem because every time we had to clean the mold because of my allergies, we would lose the seal. You know, you had to seal the canvas. The seal would come off from the bleach that they put in the mold release. And everybody says use vinegar. The industrial strength cider vinegar, but we weren't having a lot of luck with that. So we had to use the bleach components, which means we had to reseal all the time, and that was really expensive. But we found a solution to it. We painted the camper canvas with Flex Seal, which is it's a sealant that usually people put on their roofs. It's kind of like a paint. You can spray. It comes in a spray can or a gallon jug, and you just paint and spray it on. And it has worked wonders. Now we can clean the mold. We don't lose the sealant right off the canvas. It works really well. So, you know, you just have to keep continuously thinking about different solutions to your problems. And I actually made a video on that. So I'll put that video here. Number 4, the cold. Yes, it's very cold right now. It's I think 35 degrees. It's very chilly. But all summer we said we were going to, you know, follow the weather, and we really tried. Went from Missouri down to Mississippi, then it started getting a little warm in Mississippi, headed up towards Virginia. But it has been cold most of the time. And when I say cold, I mean it's not like extreme temperatures, but most people are running their air conditioners. We were running our heater at night. And again, this was just more of an emotional adversity, not so much, you know, a physical one where, you know, it's raining and we're wet, or, you know, got a mold problem. No, this was just, you have to keep yourself mentally happy because you're cold and wet. But yeah, it has been really cold. When we left Virginia, it was the end of August, and I believe it was, oh gosh, I think it was 49 degrees. Don't quote me on that specifically, but it was, I remember looking at the temperature gauge on the truck and thinking, man, this is August, and it's downright cold. But that was the point, was it was just really cold, and that was 11 a.m. in the afternoon, in the morning. So the cold has been a real adversity. So no, I don't think that our adventure is going to end. I think that we just have another challenge that we have to overcome, and we'll overcome it, and we'll get back on the adventure. And I think that everybody out there watching these videos are still satisfied with what we're doing. They're learning, you know, I'm teaching that. They're learning about what we are having to do to overcome the cold. So, but I do thank Tasha for a wonderful comment, as well as I thank everybody else for all the wonderful support you've been providing. So, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.